Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me, and this is a journal that I received from, and I don't know if it's Anne or Annie in Australia. It's A-N-N-E, so I would think that's Annie, but then some people that have the name Anne spell it with the E. So anyway, my friend in Australia, she made this and sent it to me, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I love the feel of it. It's soft. And it's got lots of pages in it, so I can do lots of different things in there. It also has some pockets in there, some different little tuck pockets like that. And then this is so neat, that piece of, I think that's ribbon. This is a piece of vellum. And then this is just the paper bag that she made a little pocket out of and put that down in there. Isn't that sweet? Oh, I love it. I can't wait. I'm going to be using this on our vacation next month. Well, we call it a vacation. Our kids are doing some concerts out of town, and they've got some appearances that they're going to be in, so we're going to be going with them. So, and there's a pen in here, and then this little journal. That's so cute. I just love it. I won't be able to do the pen because I don't even have a pen that's like that I could take the little insert out of, but we'll do everything else that we can. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you, now this is a piece of scrapbook paper that she used for the cover, and I have had quite a few people who ask me, can you use just scrapbook paper? Won't it be too thin? Won't it tear? You know, all of that. So I'm going to show you how to use just regular scrapbook paper to make your cover like she did. Now, she did a different stitch. Let's see, she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes. She did a little bit different stitch than what we'll be doing, but that's fine. You can do either one. And then she put some little sweet little charms on here. It's just gorgeous. I love it. So I'm going to show you how to do this with just some of your scrapbook paper. Now, I know all of us have stacks and stacks of scrapbook paper laying around, 12 by 12, that we have no clue what we're going to do with. So I pulled out, sorry if you're hearing my printer, I'm trying to print a lot of digitals that I have received. I pulled out a few of mine that I thought might be pretty to use. This is the first one that I'm going to use right here. I absolutely love it. I'm going to be making a few of these for some friends, and then I may even put some on the website, I'm not sure. But the first one that we're going to do is we're going to use this one. Now, when I get something like this, what I like to do is first off I measure it to see what size it is and if that's the size that I want to use, and if so, then I will just use her regular size. So I'm going to measure this one. And we may do some things a little bit different, and that's okay. You don't have to do them exact. This one is a little over 8 3/4 wide, and then it is 9 inches tall. The height I love. I don't think there'll be a problem there because you can use your let me grab a digital if I can find one. Just dumped everything on the floor. You can use your digitals in this, and they're going to be the perfect size. So 9 is a good size. You don't have to cut any paper down. And then, let's see, 11. So your paper is 8.5 by 11. So if we divide 11 in half, that'd be 5.5. And you need to cut it back a little bit. So that's 4 1/4. So I think I'm going to cut this down to, see, I want to get as much of this on there as possible. I would love for this to be the front, but the way we're going to have to fold, it's not going to be. So we'll just have to add some butterflies on the front. And I definitely don't want this very wide. So I'm going to kind of measure like this. This is a lazy man's way of measuring. I'm going to measure that right there. And this is totally inspired by Anna. Or Annie. Anne. Alright, so if I go there, I'm going to get that much of that on the front, and I like that. Okay, so then let's see if we go 9 tall, how much we're going to get if we go 9. I want to get a little bit of this wood, so we could get all the wood grain at the bottom by doing it this way and cutting off some of this, or we can get just a little wood grain at the top and a little at the bottom, and I think that's what I want to do. So I want to cut it about right there. I'm going to put a pencil mark there and then a pencil mark right here, and that's going to get my 9 inches, and then I'll have just a little bit left there. So let's go ahead and cut this down and see what we can do. You go this way. There we go. Let's see, where is my mark? Right there. And that's a gorgeous piece of paper, is it not? I love that. That will go in my stash. And then on this side, we're going to need to cut it down a couple of times. So I'm going to cut right there. That's going to give me some of that wood grain on the bottom. And then we're going to cut it up here so that I can have a little bit of that wood grain on top. Try to get that straight as I can right there. That looks good. There we go. So that is our little journal page right there. And that's sweet. That's going to be the outside, just like that. And then this will be the inside. I like that. Now I did lose most of my butterflies, but you know, we'll use those on something else. I'll probably use those on some pockets on the inside. We can always add butterflies back. But I think I'm going to do it just like that. And I'm just looking to see if I might want to flip it over. I think I could flip it over with no problem. Let's see. Are these real directional? They're a little bit directional, so we're just going to leave it like this. Now I'm going to fold this in half best I can. And this is very important to get everything folded exactly right before you start your journal. Now you say, well, that doesn't have any spine in it. That's not going to make a very big journal. Hers has that same fold, but you see how many papers and things she got in here, and it's not too bulky either. You can, this had a ribbon tied around it, by the way. I took the ribbon off. You can tie that ribbon back around it and put it in your purse, and it's ready to go. This will be going with me next month. All right, now what I am going to do, let's see. She didn't stitch around hers at all, but I think it will look a little bit better on mine with my color if I do. And I want to put a little piece of trim down through here just like she did. I think that's really pretty. That just makes the journal to me when you put that little piece of trim and let it hang off a little bit. So let me grab a piece of trim to put right there. Alright, I pulled out some different trims because I don't know which one I want to use. That one doesn't work for me. I did pull out those butterflies that I got the other day. This one might be the one because it's, oh yeah, that's it right there. I don't even have to look any further because this background, there's very little white in there. It's mostly a cream color. So we're going to put that cream color trim right there on there. So the first thing I'm going to do is up here at the top. This is that you can actually braid another piece of trim through, and I'm just going to cut that off right at the, so it'll be a flat surface there at the beginning instead of having it sticking out with a little half hole there. And then I'm just going to kind of guess at cutting it off at the bottom. I'm going to cut it a little bit long. These pieces we'll probably use on the inside on some of our pages. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put just a tiny bit of glue on this. But first, I'm going to put some ink around the edges. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put just a tiny bit of glue down through here. And I'm using my art glitter glue because it will dry real quick and I don't have to wait on it so long in order to stitch. So I'm just going to put a little bit down through there. Not a lot. Just enough to hold it in place while I'm stitching. And then we shall put that up there at the top. Well, if I can hold on to it. My one hand keeps pulling it out of my other hand. There we go. Just a little bit. And I'm going to look at it this way to make sure that I've got it somewhere near straight down through there. And let's see. Looks like basically I do. Alright, now we're going to take it to our sewing machine and I'm going to stitch all the way around this, and then we'll come back and I'm going to embellish this some. So let's do that. Alright, here's our cover all stitched. Got all of our excuse me, trim stitched down. So I think I like that. I like it a lot. Now I think what I want to do next is I'm going to go in here and add some pockets. And I'm going to mark my center because I want to know exactly where my pockets need to be. So I'm just marking my center for myself. You don't have to do this if you can see well, but sometimes I have problems seeing. And now for the pockets, well, I can use this sideways for my pocket, but I can't use it. Well, I could use it sideways that way because that butterfly is actually going up that way, and this one will be cut off. Now I like to go on the inside of my stitches when I do pockets and things. Okay, so let's mark that right there, and I'm going to cut that down through there. I do have a trimmer somewhere. There's no telling where. And I had someone ask, did I have any more of the Traveler's Notebooks for sale? I do have a few more. I just haven't had a chance to put all of the kit together, you know, make it and put the kit together and that kind of thing. But I will get some of those put together very, very soon. I've got to get the little ephemera packs made up, and I'm going to go ahead and put a pocket in the back. I was going to show you, oh, here they are right here. I started saying I was going to show you the ones that I had left. And then, so I've got one ephemera pack kind of halfway put together. But I have this one left, this one, that one, and then that one left. So if you're interested in any of these, just let me know in the comments below, and I won't put them up in the shop. I'll just let you know how you can purchase. The ephemera pack does come with them, and then I also have the pages and everything stitched in. So all you have to do is just start using it, or you can do a little bit more embellishing if you want to. That's why I send you lots of embellishments. I do some embellishing on the pages, but then I like to leave it for you if, you know, you decide to do some different embellishing and things like that. So I think I am going to put this one on the front, even though that butterfly is flying that way. That's okay. And we'll put this one on the back like that. Now I'm going to cut a little pull in the top of these. And I have to use my Molly punch to do that. And I'm just cutting both of them at the same time, and they both flew right up on my shirt, just like they always do. Alright, so we're going to put those pockets down like that. Now remember, you're going to have a signature stitched in here, so it's not like you have to make sure that they match well and it's the same height and all of that. because you're going to have a signature that's between these, so you don't have to worry about that. Now you could go ahead and stitch on these pockets too if you wanted to. You know, you could do your stitching and then put them down. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue around them and they're ready to go. Okay. Now I'm going to try to put my glue as straight as possible so I won't take away from my pocket. Look at that. I'm driving a little bit straighter today. I don't know why. I have had my coffee and I have had my Dr. Pepper. But some days you just drive straight and some days you can't drive straight no matter what you do. And this is just what I call one of those flat pockets, but what I like to do is just push in on the top a little bit, and that gives it a little bit of room up there where you can stuff some things in it. Alrighty, let's do this one. Put this one down. Then again, I just take each corner and just push in just a little bit until you see that raise up just a little. That gives that pocket just a little bit more room. Now wait till it dries before you do. You know, you put a lot of things in there, but so that's going to be our inside. Isn't that cute already? I like that. Now, do we want to go ahead and do some embellishing on the outside before we start adding pockets and things? I think I might. Now, I know there's not any white in this, and those are really going to be too bright, so we can't use those on this one. But let's see what else we might have that we could use. Alright, I am thinking about, and I don't want to cover up all of my flowers, but I'm thinking about putting that right there, cutting it off even. It's a little bit uneven around the edges. Cutting it off even, and making this a little pocket. Then we can put a tag in there, and then I'd like to have something else on the front of it, but she's a little bit too big, so we'll leave her aside. Let's see what is in here. So this is that vellum pack that I was telling you about. I just like to have some little something to put here. Maybe a, you know, someone's picture. I don't know. I'll know it when I see it. It's the only thing I can tell you. Okay, I think I'll put her there. Then, probably a label or a number. I'm sorry about the rattling. I'm going through some packs of things that I have here. So let's go ahead and even this up first. That'll be our first thing that we do. And I'm just going to have to eyeball it, because this doesn't really have a straight side to it. I was trying to say I'm not going to cut a pull out of that top, but I think I'm going to cut just a real shallow one. And then we'll put some ink back around it. It already had ink on it, but I'm going to put some back, something that I took off of there. Alright, then, where'd our lady go? Put her right there, and she will blend in with that. And this says Beautiful Wildflowers is what it says on there. And then I think right here, let's see, I might put, I am still wanting to layer that a little bit somehow or other. But I need something that's a little bit darker than that. Let's see, I have this label that's pretty dark, and it just says Wholesale Florist. I don't mind that. Put that right there, like that. So I think that's what we're going to do. Let me go ahead and ink around this, and I need to put this down first. Just gives us an additional layer there. And right about there. Just want that name to peek out just a little bit. There we go. Then I'm going to go ahead and glue her on here, I think. Now I'm going to take my, let's see, let's just use our little brush here. I'm going to take my little brush and I'm going to go over her a little bit to darken up the edges of that so it looks more blended. There we go. And then we're going to put that down right there, gluing only 3 sides. I am liking that so far. Now we need to put a tag up here, or have a tag ready to go up there. I may just make the tag later. And I don't really think we need anything else on the front. Once we put the tag on there, we'll put some, you know, seam binding or something on the tag, so I think that's going to decorate the front up enough that we're not going to have to put anything else. And I don't usually decorate the back of mine, so alright, now for what she did was, you know, she made lots of different little embellishments for hers and different tags and things, so that's probably what we'll do next, is make some different tags. And maybe we'll make a little notebook like that and pull some pages and things together. I like the idea of the little bag. I just don't know if I have a bag that small. I'll have to look in my stash. So let's do that. Let's just make some little tags and maybe little notebooks and things to go in here. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this flower out and put it right here, because it's got flowers over here and I'm not going to waste this piece. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this out just to glue down so that this piece will not go to waste. And it's a little bit too small or too short for a tag, so this will be a good way that I can use it. Okay, there we go. Isn't that cute? Could not waste that beautiful flower. Got that on there. Now let's find some things to make tags out of. Now I have this whole stack of these, and what these are time cards that someone sent me, and these will make perfect tags because they're nice and thick. All we need to do is glue some paper on there. So I'm going to see how tall, and that's the right size too, the right width. I need to cut it about right there. So I think we can make 2 out of one of these pieces. See where my center is. Well, a little, almost. So let's go ahead and cut this. Doesn't matter if the back one is a little bit shorter than the front one, that's fine. Not a problem. And I'm going to go ahead and get another out because I will be using it probably on the front. So we can just put our paper on there, and I'm going to run my paper straight across that little nub that's cut out right there. I'm just going to run it straight across, so I'm not even going to pay attention that that is there, or I could just do it this way. It doesn't matter. So I am going to cut this in a tag shape, and I'm not going to hunt my little template right now. I'm just going to do this. That will work, and then what we'll do is we will use this one as a template for this side. Alright, so that'll go there. That one will go back there, so that'll be perfect. So we'll cover those, and then let's go ahead and see. That's going to be a little bit wide for the front, so we'll just find something else to use. Okay, that's the right size tag right there. I already had it cut out and stuck in something else, so I'm going to use that. And I'll probably just put a little piece of seam binding at the top. I think that'll work. Alright, I'm thinking for the tag on this one, I'm going to use this. And it's like a invoice or something that's been printed in small print. This, I can't remember if this is one of my digitals, if I got it from one of you guys. I don't remember. But I'm just going to trim those white edges off. And then we'll trim it down. Or we trimmed it down. Now we'll see if it fits, and if not, we'll trim it down again. No, that's going to fit perfect. And let's see. I think on this one, all I'm going to do is round the corners. Now, this is the corner chomper that I showed you in the other video. I'm going to use the 1/4 inch side just to do a small bit of rounding. And I'm going to go ahead and round the bottom ones too. They slide in better when you round all of them when you got a pocket that's this small. And then I will ink around it, and I'll probably put some seam binding on there. Let's see. Yeah, that'll work right there. And we'll put a little piece of seam binding or lace or trim or something at the top. So I'm going to leave that one for now. These I'm going to cover with some paper. So let's see, what shall we cover these in? I have this, and this goes with this paper collection. This is some of the ephemera that was with it. So I'm thinking I might just use that and just trim it off. And then I can always use that for small tags. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to kind of center that up. Like that. And then we'll go ahead and trim that off. And see, I'm just going to let that run straight across. There we go. Now we'll use this for a little small tag. We can still use that and put it in there. And we'll cover the back of this with something, but let me find another piece. I have this piece as well. And I think I want to try to get as much of this in the center of there as I can. So I'm going to put it down like that maybe. I just happened to find these laying in my little stash box over here. I think this is the last pieces of this paper collection that I have. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and move it up just because I want to save as much of that bottom as I can. That's going to work right there. We're still going to get all of that wording on there. Oops, I got it really crooked. Okay. Whew. Thought that was a goner. The art glitter glue dries so quick, especially in the humidity like we've got today. It's so hot and humid here. Okay. Right, so that's 2. That's cute. I like that. And then we'll make these into just some small little tags. And I'll probably just round the corners on all of these and let them just be their own little tag. Put something on the back where you can journal on them. Yeah, I like those. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cover the back of these before I decide what I'm going to put on the top. So let me grab some paper to cover the backs. I'm going to grab another piece of Betty's paper here because that's going to go well with that collection. And I'm just going to glue these down on there. I'm going to make sure that I don't go too high because I've got that white border still on there. Okay, I covered the backs of these. I think I'm going to put this one in the front. This one back here. Yeah. But I'm going to go ahead and ink around them, and then I think I'll put some seam binding at the top. And I may just staple it on. I'm not sure how I'll put it on yet. And I went ahead and covered these as well. These are just going to be an added extra little piece down in there. I think I may just use some of this green seam binding at the top. I don't know, I think I'll go ahead and poke a hole. I wasn't going to, but I was thinking about, I don't like staples. I always end up being the one who gets the staples in my finger. So I think we'll just go ahead and do this. And might as well go ahead and put one in this one. And this little one. Alright, then we'll cut our piece of seam binding off and just put that through there. Trying to see, yeah, that looks a little bit long, so I'll just cut that off like that, and I can use those pieces elsewhere. There we go. So this one I'll cut shorter. And for those of you who have been asking, no, Bethany, we have not found the little doggy. And Bethany is just, she doesn't even talk much anymore. She is so sad. She came over today and she just sit around and didn't talk to anybody, just sit there. She's so sad. I can't stand it. I can't stand to see my grandkids or my kids hurting like that. But I don't know what I can do, because we've tried everything to find the poor little puppy. Just can't find him. Called everywhere, put up notices everywhere. So I don't know, but just keep her in your prayers that she can pull through this thing. I know how hard it is. I mean, most all of us do, because most all of us have lost a pet at one time or another in our lives. So we know how difficult it is, but you hate to see your kids and grandkids hurting too. It's just, it's not a good thing. If I could take the hurt away, I would. But we've had so many ask, and thank you so much for your kind comments about it. I really appreciate it. But we're thinking now that either a predator might have got him, or a two-legged predator might have got him. We don't know. It's just, he's just not anywhere. Okay, there is that. That is that, and I think I want to put a label or something right here. I think I do. Let's see. Grab some labels here. One of these days I'll get these labels cut out. I know I keep saying that, but one day I might. Let's see. What do we sure don't want to. We might use this one. We don't want a red one, and we don't want a blue one. Let's see. Yeah, I think that'll work. Let's put this little label down there. Now, this side won't be seen that much, because that's going to be on the back and there'll be a signature here. So we may just put this label right here, like that. So that is the inside of that cover. Then, what are we going to do here? I think I do want something on here, a little piece of seam binding or a little string or something. Just a little short piece. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll put a little tiny hole in there maybe. And I don't think I'm going to put anything on the back of that, because you can write on the back of that. There we go with that. And alright, do we want anything else? I still feel like I want a label up there. I don't know why. It seems to be decorated up enough, but I still just think I want a label. Right, I think I might put this label up there. I'm going to trim it out and see what it looks like. It may not work. Oh yeah, I like that. It's got the same colors in it as this does, so that works. Yep, I think that helps finish it off. Doesn't look so bottom heavy now. It was pretty bottom heavy. Okay, that is the cover finished. Tomorrow we will come, and the inside basically. Tomorrow we will come back and we will add the signature in there. So we will go through and grab some of our dyed papers, some of our, let's see what all she's got in here. She's got a doily in here. We'll go through and grab a bunch of these and we'll add those to the inside of this. And then it'll be finished. That'll be it. But that's how quick and easy you can make your journal covers. And this could be called a traveler's notebook, but it could also be called a journal cover. It's a little bit wider than a traveler's notebook, I think. Let's see. It's 4 and almost 3/4. So traveler's notebook is, see, a little bit narrower. But that is what we have made today. So we will go ahead and add the signature in tomorrow. We'll probably make some different pockets and things to put in there and embellish some of the pages like she did hers. And in the meantime, I'm going to try to find one of those paper bags that we can make this out of. I think that is ingenious. Make that out of, and then we will go ahead and make some pockets like this. We'll make one of these little books, this belly bands. We'll do all of that tomorrow and then add that in, and we'll have our little journal completed. Alright guys, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll join us again tomorrow when we start adding the signature in here, and then this will go up in the shop for sale. Alright, we'll talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.